So this is Steve from Roll for Combat, and we are doing our very first Starfinder Society podcast. And today we have a who's who of Starfinder players. Some of the Roll from Combat members, some friends of the show, and we made some brand new characters, and I didn't even tell them. I figured a lot of people were like, oh, you should do the intro adventures. And I'm like, screw that. We're going to go right into the deep end. I pulled out a great adventure. It's brand new, just came out. It's called The Half Alive Streets. It's scenario 1-10. And I know that Jason Keeley hasn't done it. Even he hasn't done it because I know you play a lot of these. So this one's new to everybody. And best of all, it has a lot of horror elements, which is my favorite genre. So with that, why don't we go around and tell everyone who you are and what you're playing? And since these are brand new characters, and why don't you go first, John?
Hi there. My name is John Stats, and I am playing Big Sexy. He is Kasala. His class is a soldier. He's a wayfinder in the Pathfinder Society, and he's got 4 arms.
That's better than 2.
Wow, that sounds impressive. Is he actually big and sexy? Why is he called Big Sexy?
Oh, his name is Seg Salon, S-E-G, Seg Salon, and that's just a derivative. So he's he's lawful good. So he's at peace with the universe as he explores different planets and star systems, I guess.
Jason.
I'll go next. My name is Jason McDonald. I am playing Nala Trienzi. She is a Lashunta Solarian. She's with the Wayfinders faction. My two kind of guiding concepts were the movie Baby Driver and Jubilee from the X-Men. So she's kind of like obnoxious teenager, and she will not be calling John's character big sexy at any point.
Oh.
I don't necessarily have a fashion style picked in mind. I have a notion that her hair is going to change every episode, change colors. And just as a other little flavor, I decided that her weapon is going to be dark matter nunchucks.
Whoa.
Nice.
That is cool. Chris, what are you playing?
All right.
Chris.
Chris Beamer.
All right. Well, my character is Pollux Germanicus. He is a human, of course, male, 20 years old, very light hair, almost blonde, very light green eyes, and is a Exo Guardian faction. His beliefs are that we protect pack rolls from external threats, which are always there, and we are called in to send messages to anyone who has issues with the Pathfinder Society or the authority of the Pathfinder Society, or anything that needs to be enforced by the Pathfinder Society. The Exo Guardians step in and save the day. He is also a devout worshiper of Iomade, who is a beacon and old god from old days of Galarian. And in the phrases of the Exo Guardians and Iomade, we're the sword that seeks the darkness as Exo Guardians. And he is wearing heavy armor. Not a great quality. Golem flank plating. It's a white armor. It's got the golden longsword and golden starburst of Iomade. And he is here on 2 missions. One is to the most important. Well, the first is to uphold the values of the Pathfinder Society and the Exo Guardians faction, and the other is to, of course, uphold the values of Iomade and the path of goodness and righteousness and lawfulness.
So basically, you made a paladin in Starfinder.
If you want to call it that, yes. I mean that is what I did. That's what we have here.
Does the goddess you worship ever smite you when you mispronounce her name?
Iomade is the correct pronunciation of that.
Iomide.
That
Nope.
is correct. Iomade.
Iomade.
So
Yeah.
in that
How many-
case, then
You learned something new.
Bob was smited. That's correct. So.
Right.
No, I'm
Yeah.
saying church schism. Each pronunciation forms its own church.
Yeah.
Bob, what are you
Yeah.
playing?
I'm Bob Marquis, and I'm playing the character of Quinn. People tell me that I'm a mystic, though that just doesn't sound right. I know I was something else once, but I only woke up recently. I was actually found in a tomb, and I don't really remember anything. But I remember a little something about how magic works, but it's all very confusing. I'm not very sure. But nevertheless, I decided to join the Exo Guardians because one thing I do remember is that there's something coming. I'm not sure from where, but it's out there somewhere, and it's coming soon. I just only hope I live long enough till it happens, because I think I'm in my 90s now, and well, I don't know how much time left.
You're in your
Wow.
90s? Wow.
Rob.
Hey, Rob Tremarco here. My character is Lucan. He is a human operative of the thief specialization. His theme is space pirate. It's super cool. His faction is the Acquisitives. Little fame, little fortune, mostly fortune. He looks like a Jason Statham with a Yondu outfit situation, right? And probably one of the last remaining members of some sort of doomed pirate ship. Made it out alive, and maybe this is a little dangerous. Let's see if we can work for an organization that maybe pays better, is a little more steady, and isn't aboard, a ship full of criminals, that sort of thing. Not to say I'm not a criminal. I'm certainly haven't been caught, so I'm not a criminal. But let's see where this adventure stuff can take us.
And then finally,
Hi, I'm Jason Keeley. I will be playing Senesel Varu Tybor of Clan Umaka, House Rykax, and you can probably tell from that very long name that I'm also Kasatha, who is, of course, has 4 arms. I'm playing an envoy of the Xenoseeker theme and of the Wayfinders faction. Senesel, or Sin, you just call him that, is excited to get out there and meet new aliens. He came off the Adari to Absalom Station to just he's excited to meet new people. He's got that sort of general Kasatha head shape with some fun markings on there. He's got a kind of gets dressed in sort of green and black armor. And I will be talking with a British accent, probably.
really, you're going to be dedicated to that.
Yes.
I'm impressed.
For our British listeners, we're very, very sorry.
Yes. So, everyone, this is your very first adventure. These are all brand new level 1 characters. I did send you the Welcome to Starfinder Society Chronicle sheet, so you guys will have that. I would ask you what boons you're slotting, but I guess the only boon you can slot is your faction boon, which will give you faction points at this level because you have nothing. And with that, I think we're ready to go, unless there's anything else anyone has questions about.
How is that something I should have done? Is slotting a boon? I don't know.
So for those of you who are new, the way it works in Starfinder Society is there's specific boons you can get, and the boons are basically pluses or benefits for your characters. And as you continuously play, John, you will get new boons, and eventually you'll get so many of them. It kind of was an issue in Pathfinder that you can have like 50 boons, and it kind of was getting unwieldy. So instead, they changed into Starfinder that you can only have, I think it's 6 at a time, and there's like 1 for your faction, there's like 1 for your starship. There's basically types of boons, and you can only have 1 of each type of boon active. So before each game, your character could have like 30 or 40 boons, but you have to tell me which ones you want to use. And actually, you don't have to tell me right now. The way it works is I'll do the intro, and then you can kind of get a feel for what the Pathfinder adventure, or Starfinder adventure will be like. So then you can decide, oh, it sounds like we're going to go on a spaceship, then I'm going to do this boon. Or it sounds like, oh, I'm going to go on a planet that's really hot. I have a boon that's good for that, so I'm going to use that boon. So you can kind of decide which boon you want to use after you kind of hear the intro. Right now, this is your very first adventure, so you have none. So you don't really have to worry about it yet.
Okay. I thought joining the Wayfinders, I might have gotten a boon.
You get the boon, which is that you join the Wayfinders, and you could get experience on the Wayfinders. And as you get experience, you can unlock new abilities and fame through the Wayfinders, and it'll give you additional fun things you can do. And in theory, you can even switch. You can even get experience from other factions if you really wanted to. You can't do it at this point. That's later on. You could actually split your factions because some factions have special abilities. And if you look at the Starfinder starting rules guide, it has all the faction specific boons and like special abilities that you can get. So you can read up on that and see, what your specific faction gives you. It's usually, obviously geared towards what the faction's all about.
But you need the boon slotted for that bonus.
Yeah, you'll see basically some of these boons require fame. So like for example, like you might need 10 fame, and usually after each adventure you earn like 2 fame. So eventually as your character levels up, you'll get enough fame that you can start slotting better boons and better extra credit, if you will, if that makes sense. You'll also get boons after finishing each adventure, and then you can slot those, if that makes sense.
Yep. Thanks.
So with that, if anyone else has any more questions, we can get started.
Why is the
Paul-
sky black?
Is ready.
With that, I will start you off at Absalom Station.
That's where I live.
You can see Arvin in the lower right-hand corner if you guys want to move into the office. You could also say hi to each other and introduce yourselves in kibitz if you wish.
Why
Since-
are we all here?
I don't know.
I was summoned here to the Pathfinder Society office. So I'll head in.
Our contact is boy, it's hard to read this. Arvin? Is it? There's a few of them in there.
Joel Zakama, VC Arvin. Those are the two I see.
Yep, those are the only two you need to worry about.
All right.
So you guys saunter on over to the office. John, you're going to find this really funny. I swear to God, I think someone was listening to the podcast when I described this. A large vest and a muscle shirt sits at a table in the small reception room, messily consuming the various laid out refreshments. Venture Captain Arvin stands on the opposite side of the table, visibly annoyed at the Vesk, and turns towards the arriving Starfinders with some relief. Thank you for your quick response. Some new technology has come to the Society's attention. The Vesk clears his throat loudly, and Arvin's eyebrow twitches in irritation. From our contact, Julzakama, if you would. The Vesk Julzakama stands, pulling a battered gym bag out from under the table. Feast your eyes on this little gemling. He reaches into the bag and removes what appears to be a severed human hand. Julzakama waves the limb and offers it to Arvin to shake. Arvin declines the offered limb, rubbing his temples, and explains, as you might have guessed, this is a prosthetic limb, a standard cybernetic augmentation, but this one was made with a new type of biotech, so well grafted that it's almost undetectable without magic. Its special features are just as well hidden. Arvin takes the hand from Julkazama to demonstrate a nearly invisible compartment large enough to conceal a knife, several data drives, or a small toolkit. Such technology would be invaluable for covert and diplomatic operations, and the Society would like to find the specialists who crafted and installed it. But therein lies the difficulty. Joe Kazama, if you would explain the circumstances of this discovery. Joe holds up his hand, saying, "Now, I wasn't personally involved, you see. Some Vesk workers known to some of my customers got into a territorial dispute with some manlings. Stuff happened. One of those guys turned his winnings over to my customer to settle a bet. And, well, here we are." Joe gestures at the hand, smiling, and continues, "I thought you Starfinders might be interested." "Indeed we are." Evan folds his hands behind his back. "Joe tells me that his acquaintances' rivals had been known to acquire their gear from gray market operations in the free markets. As that is our only lead so far, I'd like you to investigate the area. Even if none of the listed clinics are the source, they might have information on who is." And with that, he is done.
Oh, that's very, very interesting. Can I take a look at that, Mr. Julkazama?
He looks at you and laughs and is like, "Sure you go, here you go," and he just throws it at you.
I catch it and look over it.
You look at it, and yeah, it's basically, it looks like a cybernetic engine augmentation. And sure enough, you can see it has some hidden compartments. It looks like a human hand, or human arm, should I say. It looks perfect, so perfect that you wouldn't have been able to know that it actually was an augmentation. And on top of that, if you remember, he just said that it's undetectable by magic as well. So this is scarily covert.
That is fascinating. I throw it back at him.
I'm going to need one of those, I think, says Lucan.
I am uncomfortable with these subversive, clandestine. It reeks of backstabbiness. I don't like it, but we will get to the bottom of this.
I'm sorry, I dozed off. What's going on?
Quinn, you're someone I could talk to, I think.
I'm sorry, who are you again?
They found a human hand here that's got a compartment. It's got technology that's more advanced. Starfinder Society needs to get to the bottom of this. Could be used for ill-gotten gains and such.
Oh, well, that sounds terrible. Oh,
Well,
well,
keeping your things safe. Isn't keeping your things safe worth something?
Yes.
Well, I don't really hold with all of this technology anyway, so that's fine.
Well, as this is our duty as members of the Pathfinder of the Starfinder Society, we should investigate this, and we will. I say we take up the pattern right now, and let's advance. Let's do it. Where should we go for our first? Where was this last scene?
Arvin looks at you and says, "You should get started in the free markets. If I recall correctly, there's a directory of businesses near the entrance that's updated monthly. You can check that for augmentation clinics. The markets have a high turnover rate, though. Businesses open and close all the time. Might be worth your time to check out the market's AbadarCorp representatives for an updated list of operating permits."
I am uncomfortable with the free markets in a way because you mentioned gray markets. Gray markets I'm not really happy with gray markets. It's too close to black markets.
I'm
and
thrilled
illegal
to
activity.
death with all markets, of all colors and all stripes.
Well,
Were you
Luke,
colorblind?
you're perhaps familiar with gray markets. Maybe we should all go as a group, and you should be the point on this because gray markets are distasteful to me.
Yes,
Oh.
very.
I'm all about the markets.
Yeah, Big Sexy is he looks very uncomfortable with all of this. All this he's looking to get out is he's looking to get back to nature is what he's looking to
Well-
do. He's
well,
not
I have
crazy
a
about
little
this.
question. I'm very sorry. Do we have any powers of arrest in this situation? So I'm wondering what the mission is exactly. If
Well,
we
I don't think
find
this
out
is.
bad thing.
It's illegal to sell this exactly. Is that right, Venture Captain?
He looks at you and goes, well, no, it's not exactly illegal. It just appears to be a new biotech augmentation that we have never seen before. Anyone can get biotech augmentations. As I said, this one might be skirting the boundaries of legality since it is undetectable by magic, and we are worried that this could fall into the wrong hands or be used for nefarious purposes. However, in the hands of good and the
Right.
Starfinder Society, such technology like this could be used to great.
So is
I-
the goal here to acquire some of this technology for you?
Yes, yes. The goal is to find where it came from and find out who is selling this and where we can get some, since this is something new and unseen until recently.
What is this thing called, by the way?
Well, this is a biotech augmentation. It works by modifying DNA and integrating biological components to improve existing functions or to add entirely new abilities. It's similar to cybernetics that you've likely seen throughout the pack worlds, and some can mimic standard technology enhancements. However, I've never seen anything as well concealed as this. Unfortunately, each biotech implant is customized to the recipient's the recipient's DNA and genetic structure, so we can't simply transfer this one to someone else. This customization also makes it extremely difficult to reverse engineer, and if we want the Starfinders to have access to such augmentations, we must find whoever created them.
That is a noble cause. We should take this up right away.
So we're like secret shoppers. Excellent.
I'm on board. I would like one. I want to get I want to get to know the person that created these and be the fixer for this meetup that we are going to, I guess, arrange once we find who makes it.
Well, I mean, Lucian, the only reason why you would want to have one of these would be I would hope, to hide your money purse.
Oh,
I mean,
you
there should
can-
be,
yes, of course. My name is Lucan.
okay, look at
I live on the second floor. Do I live upstairs from you?
Oh, I think I've seen you before.
Haven't I
Oh,
seen
right.
you before?
Thank you everybody for participating in my little bit. Thank you. Goof over. Okay, so let me.
Yes,
Yes,
excellent.
I would only keep my birth certificate or my
Your identification, of course.
ID, like or a picture of my sweet grandmother.
Well, that's good enough for me.
Right.
And, I believe we should head out to the marketplace and let's check around. Let's snoop around, as it were.
Yes, I have a very good knowledge of black markets. Says my theme knowledge space pirate at first level.
Works for me.
Black markets. That is not something I'm down with. I prefer that you keep your inquiries to the gray and the white markets.
Oh, of course. Only I will move the slider bar of shading towards the center.
Right. Yeah, I prefer that because the Starfinder Society does not condone any kind of activity with black market activity.
Oh, of course.
Which is the illegal activity.
What a terrible, terrible thing to do, illegal things.
Exactly.
Be still my heart here. Oof.
As long as we're in agreement, I say we head out.
I'm definitely agreeing, and certainly that's happening.
All right. Okay. Metagame. I'm actually going to say, Rob, go ahead and lead the way, so to speak. Which
Yeah.
I mean, we
do
head
you
to the place.
need assistance? Do you need a hovercraft of some kind?
From here,
Quinn
GM,
does.
how can I?
Quinn
can
is
we
like
get
100
Quinn
years
going?
old. Is that a fact? Is that what we're learning? Quinn is very old, right?
Oh, I'm sorry. Were you talking about me?
Yes, Quinn. How old are you?
Oh, I
Very.
don't know, really. I'm sorry.
Have you seen? Are you at least 90 years old?
Oh, I really don't know. I'm very sorry, sir.
Oh.
Have I met you before?
Big sexy. Can you
Yeah.
take care of Quinn for now?
Yeah,
Quinn is-
he's going to keep an eye on Quinn. He's going to introduce it. He says, I think that I'm hoping Lucan doesn't take us into some shady areas, but,
yeah, we got eyes
Very
on.
well
We got eyes on
done.
his activity.
Look.
I'm going to try to do the right thing here. I'm going to keep an eye on Nala and Quinn and, some of these little guys that might need a little bit of,
I don't need
protection.
anybody keeping an eye on me. You take care of the old guy.
Well, young lady, are your parents with you?
No, my parents are not with me, Gramps.
Oh, well.
Yeah, he's got a good point. I mean, are you carrying firearms? Does she have firearms on her?
I have a gun for emergencies. I don't use it
Oh,
regularly.
well.
I'm a teenager. I'm a little
I don't
suspicious
know
of that
about
too. I mean, Pollux is wearing heavy armor with the holy symbol of Iomade on his chest and a longsword. He's got no guns. Like I disapprove of guns.
Yeah.
Do you have a permit for that sword?
It's within legal limits.
You know what? Big Sexy
Let's see
approves of that.
the paperwork for it.
We neither of us carry firearms, and you know what's strange? Both of us have an X in our name. So how about that? Huh?
We're liking that.
Pollux, Big Sexy, two lawful good
God,
melee
they're bonding.
wielders. This is I can
The
dig this.
do-gooders
This
are
is
bonding.
a cool vibe. This is a cool vibe. I'm feeling
I
a little
agree.
bit more positive about this.
Me too. I'm with you on that.
All right,
I mean,
so
let's do some good.
All right.
I
with
will lead the
that,
way to the grave.
Why don't you guys hug on the way, and we'll just
If
Right.
you want, you can do a culture or diplomacy check to gather information
All
about
right.
the free markets of Absalom Station.
Let's see.
Wow, that's oh
And
yeah.
Big Sexy
Ah.
can actually assist
Diplomacy.
on diplomacy.
Here we go, and I have a -5 to this DC for me.
All right. Well, let's see. Pollux gets a 21 on his check. Lucian gets a 17 with a -5.
It's a Lucan with
You
a
get a-
hard C.
Lucan.
You did a 20 on a sleight of hand earlier, so I wonder.
My sleight of hand is crazy.
Well,
That's my main
Pollux-
stat.
Pollux and Lucan, they know a lot. They know. They know the following. They know that the free markets are the ring's open air retail space where small businesses of all sorts showcase their products and
They sell shorts there?
services. Yeah, they do
Oh,
sell
I
shorts.
do need a pair of shorts.
AbadarCorp sponsors the
They better
area.
have big shorts.
The corporation's religious
I
doctrine
don't generally wear shorts.
mandates that they encourage the growth of free enterprise. It's relatively easy to get a business permit, so many entrepreneurs get their start there. Most of the free market's businesses are temporary operations working out of stalls or carts. The most successful make enough of a profit to score permanent stores or acquired by larger corporations. Some manage to hold their spots in the free markets long term, while the failures melt away. While the majority of the businesses in the free market are legitimate enterprises, fly-by-night operations and scam artists take advantage of regulation loopholes. If caught, they simply shut down and lie low for a time, and then require new permits under false identities.
Yes. Thus is
Alright.
born the black and gray markets that I'm not a fan of.
That's okay. I'm a pretty big fan of the market. I do my best work here.
Okay, I can look other ways sometimes. I mean, that is, you know,
So you leave the Lorespire complex for the free markets and arrive at your destination. Gilded doors separate the free markets from the previous section's sector. The entrance area contains a sizable shrine to Abadar on the right, and to the left, an office issues permits, takes complaints, and receives petitions. Through the entry zone, a giant signboard with a directory of businesses offers onlookers a way to locate their desired merchandise. The walkways are laid out in an orderly manner, with lifts and staircases at regular intervals leading to the market's 3 retail levels. Kiosks supporting AbadarCorp logos offer carts for rent and advertise delivery services. Other businesses promote themselves in a riot of lights, music, and recorded ad pitches. Businesses are not grouped by type. Food stalls operate next to jewelry stores, and specialists repair high end electronics next to second-hand clothing racks.
wow.
Basically, it is a flea market.
Space flea market.
This doesn't exactly
Space
scream
flea
advanced
market.
body augmentations, does it?
No, but it reminds me of Blade Runner, and like, you know, where it's like he gets the nasty little food from the guy, and then it's like, oh, snakes, yeah, we got that with the high tech snake vendor and stuff. I like it.
It's quaint. I like it too.
I enjoy this, but I kind of don't because I'm like, I like things clean. It's a little dirty.
Well, Big Sexy is going to take point. He's going to centralize his location. Keep an eye on the entire array, unless he's standing in a fountain. I can't tell if that's a fountain or not. But
That's a pool. Some sort of pool.
yeah, he's standing on the edge, getting advantage. He's tall enough to see pretty much over everyone's head, and standing on the pole will even give him a better advantage. So, yeah, he's just gonna check things out, suss out the situation.
Quinn,
Oh, yes.
are you okay?
Oh, I'm just fine. Actually, I'm looking forward to
All right.
doing a little shopping.
Take everything at your own pace.
Oh, sure, of course.
Let's
Uh,
start by taking a look at the directory, I think.
Yes, the directory. Let's look at it,
I just want Luke. I'm over your time, just real quick.
please. Yes, Pollux. How can I
yes,
help
all
you?
right. Okay, so just giving you a heads up. Just try and be good.
Have I been bad?
No,
Are you
I'm
here to admonish me for bad behavior?
Can I see your ID, please? No. I just want to
No,
make
we can't,
sure
Steve.
everything is on the up and up. Starfinder Society frowns on anything that is not above board, as
Oh,
you know.
There are no boards above us at all. We're all above the board right here.
Excellent. All right, I'm keeping my eye and I'm watching and making sure everything is done in a lawful manner. And
Oh.
I'm going to go talk to Big Sexy right now.
And when he turns around, I make a face.
Yeah, Nala starts kind of rubbing her temples a little bit.
I more politely purse my lips and just tisk a little bit.
Hey guys, let's stop here for a second. I think we've lost our GM. I don't think he can speak. So,
Well, can
is
you
he
guys hear me
important?
now?
oh yeah,
now
yeah,
we
we
can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Okay, good.
Okay, never mind about that thing.
All right,
So,
Big Sec-
anyhow, someone was looking at the directory, I believe. That was
Yeah, I was going to take a look at the directory.
you look at directory, and what's your nickname? Because I'm not calling you 15 names.
Just call me Sen. S-E-N.
Sen. Sen looks at the directory, and sure enough, the market has a huge amount of businesses listed. What do you want to look under?
Are there, like, this is by group by any chance?
Yes.
Augmentations?
Yes, you can look at biotech clinics.
That's great.
You look at the biotech clinic, and there appears to be 5 businesses named. There is BioBoost, the Syntech Clinic, Metagenesis, Renew You, and Cynthia Thessa. It's my favorite one.
Okay, metagamey, they all sound corrupt.
Renew You. That sounds real familiar.
I'm gonna do a
Yeah.
perception check on the crowd to see if anybody's looking nefarious.
They should have had Foot Locker and have it sell like artificial leg augmentations.
Just
agree.
feet.
Does anyone have access to one of those little devices where you can look up answers for things you want to know?
I
Maybe
do.
We can find out about these companies.
But all right, I'm next to Big Sexy. Actually, I'm like, Big Sexy, I can't call you that. You got to have a new name.
That's you can call me Seg Salon.
No, I'm going to call you BS. from now on.
Well, I just rolled the 19th for my perception. I realized that I
Yes.
don't hear the sound. So
Yeah, you rolled a 19. Actually, should be a sound. You look around, and well, nefarious is sort of difficult to say. I
well,
mean,
any dodgy characters, I'm looking at a crowd. Anybody reaching inside their coat or pulling their brim down.
not really.
I do both
Not
of those
really.
things. I pull
Yeah,
my
I was
brim
about to
down,
say, you
and I
notice
reach in my
Lucan.
coat and I pull out a candy bar, and I look at you while I eat it.
Exactly.
And I notice it because I roll a 19.
I
I'm
offer
watching you.
a
Watching
space,
you very carefully.
I offer you a Space Hershey's Space Kiss.
Oh, that's sweet.
I tell BS because I'm right next to him. I whisper to him. I said, "Look, I already had the talk with him, and sometimes Starfinder Society has to employ people like him. Not a big fan. Not happy about it, but he's not of the path of the true light. But that's okay. Like we're gonna let's not eyeball him too much.
Hey, what are you guys doing over
Hey,
there?
what's that? What are you talking
Keeping
about?
secrets
Hey.
isn't very honorable.
What are you talking about? Everything okay?
Every
Yeah.
every man and woman is a free agent. They are innocent and proven guilty. I say we give them a little enough leash to let them hang themselves.
You're
on.
just upset that my coat is really cool and you don't have one.
I know. Well, let's live and let live.
I love this fountain. It's really nice water. I love standing in it.
We have a free. Yeah, Big Sexy BS is standing right in the middle of that fountain.
No, he's standing on the edge
Fine.
of it.
Okay.
So how do we want to do this? Do we want to just hit each of these stores one at a time? Do we want to
Yeah, that's
split them up? Do we want to? Do we
clockwise.
assume maybe that we start with the newest one first or something? Because considering this came on the market recently.
Sen.
Yeah, yes.
buddy, please, let's search by twos into these stores.
Well, the young girl needs a haircut, but she did make a good point that finding out the newest of them would be the smartest one to start with, because it may be, of course, a dummy corporation that's been created.
From the mouth of elders.
Yeah, this is.
I agree. I'll go. I will go with you.
All right, that's fine. Now, where are we going now, young man?
I think we're going to renew you.
Isn't there a permit office where we can ask, ask like a business representative or whatever, who which ones are the newer ones, which ones are the old? I mean, can we do that?
Yeah,
I thought they
that's
said
sort of what I
something
meant by
about.
Space Google earlier.
We could do that with the first shop we go into too. Like they might know how the lay of the land, like how all the different corporations work, which one's the dodgy one and which one's new or old.
Well, I think we should just
Steve?
go to each one.
Steve?
We
doing.
can't hear. Oh,
There we go. I hear lots of people talking, but I don't hear what you're actually doing.
Steve, we researched using any communication device about the 5 companies to find out their dates of incorporation.
Okay, you cannot do that there's not enough information on the infospheres to know that, unfortunately. So you will need to probably go to the permit office, as the free markets is very loose. As I said, it's more like a flea market. So it's kind of loose with like who's working where and how long these companies exist.
Jason, you were right. Permit office.
See, young people do listen.
Well, we go to the permit office and we ask for that information.
Okay, that's actually a cafe you're trying to go to.
I know that. I'm gonna think. I'm gonna get a
Follow-
coffee.
Follow your
Okay.
nose.
You
You
go to
get
the
4 coffees
you
for
go to the
us?
permit office,
Love a frappuccino.
and when you walk in, a well-dressed Sharon of AbadarCorp meets you, and he looks at you and says, "Ah, yes, I can tell that you are Starfinders. Let me introduce you. I'm Mr. Filt. Pleasure to meet you." And he does like a nice little bow. He says, "How may I help you today, good sirs and lady?"
Yes. We're, as you know, on a mission to look at the biotech augmentation shops here in the free markets, and we were just curious to know, of the 5 that you have, which one was the one that is the here the latest?
Let me see. And he clicks on his little directory, and he looks back up at you, and he says, "Oh, yes, as usual, the directory is outdated. Shops come and go so quickly, and we only do it once a month. 3 of the clinics listed, BioBoost, the Synteth Clinic, and Metagenesis, have current permits. Those 3 are still around. The other 2 are not."
And of those 3, which has the the latest date on its permit, if I could ask?
Oh, sure, sure. The latest, as in who's been around the longest?
Now, who's been around the least amount of time?
Oh, the least amount of time. Let's see. That would be BioBoost. They were around the least. And then second would be Metagenesis. And the Syntax Clinic is been around the longest amount of time.
And the other 2 are out of business.
Yes. Cynthia Thessa and Renew You, they appear to no longer be in business.
Do you have addresses on them, though?
Yeah, what happened?
Addresses? No, unfortunately, I'd have to investigate that, as once they come and go, that is really in another section. This is only what I have for the current directory, if you will. I'd have to look at leases and other items to get that to you.
Would he know somebody who is knows the industry enough to know what happened to those 2 other companies?
Oh, yes. I do know what happened to them, since I do manage this area.
Oh,
He's
good.
like, "Oh, let's take a little walk outside," and he walks you. He sort of seems to be proud to show off the free markets, as he does run it. And he says, "Yes. Cynthia Thessa, they're under investigation for suspected illegal drug sales. So, not exactly sure. You can see that they're boarded up. And Renew You, well, I'm not sure. They might be on vacation or something, as they seem to have closed shop and never came back. But who knows? Things like that happen all the time here. They could just be sick or have a family emergency. I'm not exactly sure."
Do they have an actual shop?
Oh, yes, all these have actual shops. Yes, of
Oh,
course.
but they're all in violation of not paying their current monthly allowance. So
No, not at
they're
all.
actually probably
No, that's not true at all. No. They actually are still in their legal rights, as it's month to month, and both of them are paid up.
I smell a rat.
That's odd.
That's
I mean,
that's a Yusoke over there.
Yeah, so
I
I was
mean,
about to say.
it is odd that they would be paid if they left and they're out of business and they're still paying rent. That seems odd to
Yeah.
me.
Well,
I think it's
again,
more like
this
they
is
paid at the first of the month and then left
yes.
at the 15th.
Exactly.
It's
This
not
is
like
this has
that
only been
odd.
happening over the last month. We update it every month based on who paid the rent. So again, this is only within this month. By next month, we will update the listing if they do not pay the next month's rent. That is quite correct.
All right, so can you direct me to the Cynthia Genesis? Oh, it's boarded up. You showed us, right?
Oh, yeah, Cynthia Genesis. So follow me.
Walk this way.
Okay.
Is Cynthia Genesis the one that is disappeared overnight?
Those are
I
the
thought
ones
they
who
were the drug
drugs.
sales.
That is the
And
one.
then the Renew You is the one that disappeared.
That's what I
Yes.
thought.
Yeah, it's that purple one he's standing in front of.
All right,
It's the
we're
bug.
just gonna take some pictures and be on our way. Thank you for your assistance.
Well, where's Renew You? Where was their location?
Yeah, can you put it on our map? Here, I handed my pad. You punch it into my pad.
Yes, yes, I show you. He walks up and you're in front of the building. It's taped off with an official free market sign saying it's under investigation for suspected illegal drug sales. Another sign from Absalom Station's public health department requests that any former customers please contact them. There's also several flyers promising inexpensive legal aid and personal injury cases or criminal defense have been taped to the building as well.
Okay. Quinn, right? Is he in front of the door of that place?
No, the doors are to the south. It's the
No,
purple
Quinn
area.
Pillith was in charge of the door. Now this is all boarded up, so
Yeah.
he's like, yes, yes. Unfortunately, I cannot let you in, even under Starfinder Society business. But
Oh, that's quite all right. We're okay now. If you could go about your duties, and we'll contact you later if we need you.
Well, where is the Renew You location?
oh,
Can you put
I'll
that on
give
our
you. Yes, yes. I'll give
tablet?
you where that is on the tablet. Yes, yes, yes.
Our gizmo.
Is Sen actually there getting coffee?
What?
Is
Keely.
Keely? Are you actually there?
Oh no, I'm following everybody.
Okay.
Looks
Well,
like you're in some sort of pit.
when you were there, give me a because you actually were. I'm gonna say you were there. You were hanging around in the Many Petals Cafe. You actually heard while you were getting a drink. Several elderly Shirins were playing a strategy game on the patio of the small beverage shop, loudly discussing social going ons in their community. And they were actually talking about some gang activity and other interesting items.
Oh, okay. I'll continue to chat. I'll go chat with them.
Okay, side adventure. They look up at you and they say, do you have an opinion on this subject matter?
Well, I'm afraid I don't quite know what you chaps are talking about. But there's been gang activity in the free market. That sounds dreadful.
Oh yes, yes, yes. There's gang activity in the free markets. Unfortunately, yes, yes. We are appalled. Appalled, I say. Yes, yes, appalled. Oh yes, appalled at the free market society. This would be such a lovely place. We can just come here and drink and play games of canasta all day. And now you have to watch your wallet. Yes, yes. And you might get shot. Oh, it's terrible, terrible, I say.
Oh, well, have any of you been the victim of a crime?
Oh, yes, yes, many crimes, many crimes. And one of them looks at them and says, "What are you talking about, Morris? You've never been victim of a crime." He's like, "Oh, yes, yes, I've seen horrible sights. That's a crime in my eyes."
Oh, well, what have you seen, Morris?
Oh well, I've seen people fighting, and there was some I don't know, there was some Vesk that were beating up some poor guy, and I think his arm fell off. It was pretty horrible. It was right over there in front of the hard as nails workout area, some grooming place. I don't know. There's a lot of Vesk over there. It stinks.
Well, that's very strange. Well, chaps, I have to. My friends have gone off a bit and left me a bit alone here. So I'll enjoy your game. Thank you so much for speaking with me. Goodbye.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. And a jolly old good chap.
I'll take my hot tea to go.
Okay, back to the main adventure. So what were you guys doing?
You were going to tell me where Renew You is located.
Oh,
You
yes.
can put it on our data pad or whatever.
Yes, Renew
Yeah.
You is... I will bring you there. It's quite far away. Or better yet, I will double-click and you go there. Scroll all the way to the right.
Wow, this is a big map.
We're seeing every NPC in every building too. I guess.
All right, I see where you're clicking, or someone's clicking.
That was me.
All right.
Yes, the
You guys
red
want to go
circle
over
is
there,
me.
or
Well, I mean, we're here
or-
now, so I think we should deal with this first. And
okay. I don't want to.
I tell Quinn, I say, certain things I can't do, certain things you can do. I'm going to walk over here, and we should try and gain entry into this place in the name of the greater good of the Starfinder Society.
Well,
And
that
I
makes
walk around the
perfect
corner.
sense. So I walk up to the door and I knock politely.
Do you need help with anything?
No, I'm knocking on the door here. I can't
When-
see if anyone's inside or not. Do
When
you
no
know
one
if anyone might
answers,
be in there?
do you need to be in there?
Oh, it would probably
Yes.
be very useful. I think
Yes.
these people might be very bad people.
Or perhaps this door has been left unlocked or something. Let me check.
That is possible.
Oh, that
I will.
would be very
Is this a big window over here? I'm confused. Okay, so I will walk around this corner and and look north.
Oh, okay. There's a lot of people walking around. I mean, this
Yeah, I
is,
know. I'm
this
not
is an
pretty sure.
active
Is
area.
this the place,
he-
the door you need me to check out?
Yeah. Check that door.
Let me check it. I can just do just a
And,
quick old
and if you
check.
could pick it and maybe illegally break it open, that would also be very helpful.
Oh, sure. Well, my stars and garters. If you need that to happen,
Well, I'm not saying it's the nicest thing to do, but I think these might be very bad people.
I think it's actually the purple place, Rob.
Oh, it is the purple place.
oh, this station.
Yeah.
The
yeah,
name's
It's
yeah.
on
over
it now.
here where that awkward young woman is. I don't
All right,
know what
so
she's trying
I'm
to
out of sight of all the nonsense.
You
and,
bury your head in the sand. Yeah, that's right.
No, I'm like polishing my boot and like I'm actually casting. There's a spell I can cast, and I do cast it.
Nala telepathically tells Pollux, "This is Iomade. Your friends are breaking into a place."
Is this?
She's a bit of a troublemaker.
Is this an engineering check to
Get out of my mind.
I want sense motive. I want him to know if he's figured out that's not real. I want a bluff check. on
Wait,
that.
you did that to Pollux?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yes.
oh my goodness. All right, well,
Amade is
Pollux
telling you
has
what's
been.
going
He's
on.
not a first year recruit. He knows from Lashunta mind games and is not impressed by that. It's like
you
it's a
are level
common
1
practice.
character.
It's like Nala could do a bluff check.
That's true.
Go for it. Take a roll.
I'll give it a shot.
We're gonna be in trouble. I think.
Yeah, I don't think Big Sexy's gonna be in on this.
You don't know what's happening. It's all happening through telephone.
Sorry, it's not double click. I apologize for the
It's
two.
that's
don't-
okay. I'll take your first one. The 18 of the bluff. So now
Uh-oh. My sense motive is not listed here.
click your skills button?
your skills
and then,
button. Click
yeah.
skills,
Ah,
and then you'll get
okay.
sense motive. I only put the most common ones up. I didn't think the very first skill check would be something like this. So
How to drive a paladin
ooh,
crazy.
sense
Ooh,
motive
see,
22.
yeah, 'cause I get a +7.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a
All
trade
right.
skill.
That
from
doesn't
you.
help him. He still knows what's going on.
I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the trickery because she's a child. Like, what am I supposed to do? I can accept childish into games because that's how they are.
Well, yeah, but what she's talking about is breaking into a.
Well, if she's lying about being Iomade, you
I-
wouldn't necessarily trust she's telling the truth about it.
She's playing a game. I mean, if I am Iomade was to speak to me personally, I would know because that's my god.
How do
But-
you pronounce her name again?
Lucan will take out
I am a day.
an engineering little kit, and I'm just going to check this lock really quick.
Sure.
I'm not watching that. I'm just you know.
Lucan checks out the lock, and with his 15 engineering, he can open it if he wishes.
Oh, it's open. It's already open.
Oh, what luck. Very nice job, young
Do you
man.
break,
Bad bluff. Bad bluff though.
Do you break the tape and like all the the police line that says "Do not enter" and all that fun stuff?
Can we squeeze in between the tape?
No.
Then can we carefully unstick it from one area and then restick it later?
You can try. Give me a dexterity check.
Sure.
Big Sexy's gonna say, guys, come on. This is not right. This is not a good thing. Folks,
Well,
they're
yeah,
breaking in.
He's
They're
got a
breaking
point.
in.
He's got a
This is-
point. I get
this is-
sent to Solarian school for borrowing like 3 or 4 spaceships, and he can just do this.
Yeah, this is not right.
Well, this is an unoccupied building. The door is open. As far as I know, it was already open.
He's only giving us sleight of hand check.
And you're just ignoring all the signs that say closed,
Yeah,
under investigation.
you're contaminating the crime scene. I mean,
Well,
You can do whatever you want.
Well, look, I'm not going in personally, but if things need to be found out in there, like I will cover the
worst paladin
entrance.
ever. Worst paladin ever.
Word you're saying paladin? I don't know what that is.
Oh my
Wow,
god.
Lucian, 27 on his sleight of hand. What were you sleight of hand? That's not really a sleight of hand, but I'll give it to you. You.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more like a dexterity, but I'll say you. You.
Well, the roll was a
skillfully-
15 plus 4.
Yeah,
is
that's
maybe-
fine. You managed to slip in, just you, because each
Yeah, that's
person will have
fine.
to do. And you're in. It's dark in here. Now
Right.
there's some light coming in from the door.
My
opened.
armor has dark vision.
Nice enhancement. Yeah.
Ooh. So
Augment
you
or
can
whatever.
see then. See, I don't know. There's all these humans with you guys, so it's hard for me to know. Yeah, you look around, and this place has been swept clean. There is nothing, and I mean nothing left in this place. It looks like the cops came in and took everything.
Anything secret?
Perception.
Maybe not.
That is a natural 1, which still gives you a 10,
Yeah.
which is pretty good. Yeah, it's you're not used to this dark vision. I think you just got it installed, and you're still getting used to the wackiness of the night vision goggles. So
Would you use a little bit of light? Would that help you?
Perhaps I'll reach out my hand to take a flashlight from somebody.
Oh, that's so sweet. I don't hold with that kind of thing. So I'm going to cast a little spell and make some light appear in there using a token spell.
Oh, very nice. Can I recheck with the light here?
of course,
All right.
wow,
Not better.
he rolls a natural 20
Wow.
or 29. That's impressive. Yeah, this is going to be an interesting day. Yeah, you look around, and it looks like you can see, like, in the dim outline of like where heavy machinery and other items were. It's all gone. The computers are gone. Like, it looks like there's no files. The room is fairly simple. There's some like broken vials and other pieces of small garbage, but anything of worth, computers, electronic equipment, biotech engineering equipment, all that gone. There's nothing here that you can find. It looks like even there were some secret compartments, and even those look like that they've been looted. So it looks like the cops were very thorough.
Okay.
All
I
right.
will exit.
And just to be, so to cover everything, I think I'm going to cast a little detect magic into the room as well.
You detect magic, you cast it, and you look around and you sense no magic. However,
Alrighty.
if you remember, these augmentations
I
don't
know.
show up with magic.
I
They
know,
don't.
but-
Especially your low level basura.
So,
Oh.
lads, sorry to interrupt all this breaking and entering. I just wanted to chime in here and mention that some of the Shirins who were at the cafe noticed a fight with the Vesks with a gentleman whose arm fell off, which sounds awful like what we witnessed over there with Venture Captain Arvin. I might go over there and chat with the Vesk beauty salon and see if they might know anything about this biotechnology.
Well, that's
Wow,
very
that is
helpful.
great information. Yes, definitely do that. And I'm going to hang out by the fountain and wait for you to see what happens.
Yeah, so I'll go over to Heart of Nails. Hard as nails.
Okay, give me a sec.
Mhm.
So that shop to the north of you is Hard as Nails.
Well, they're probably going to respect a little show of strength. So Big Sexy's just going to enter the place.
No, just come along. Come
Yeah,
along, Sig.
I'll come along.
Yeah, we'll get in there. And we'll have more arms than a lot of them can count.
Also, just out of
Indeed.
curiosity, you see Metagenesis actually right next to Hard as Nails. Just FYI. You walk into Hard as Nails, and you know that this is a Vesk barbershop that specializes in horn grooming and scale detailing. There is a large male Vesk behind the counter who, as you walk in, you can actually hear from the street. He was decrying and complaining about gang violence. And when you walk in, everyone looks at you. The clientele is mostly Vesk with a couple other reptilian humanoids and one very scary looking human. They all look at you and get dead silent. You feel as if you do not belong here. What do you do?
Hello, everyone. Pleasant day. So, I couldn't help it over here. You're talking about gang violence, and my compatriot and I were here just investigating that very thing. Perhaps there's something. What have you seen?
Diplomacy check.
Sure thing.
Damn it. A 1. A 9.
I don't like this new app. Can we go back to the other app where I rolled 15 and higher?
I know you're the other app. You're on fire, and this one.
Are you wearing your blue bandana today? Unfortunately.
Oh, I think he forgot to install the Paizo add-on that gives him 20s all the time. They'll look at you and they say, "You go out. We no talk to manlings or armlings. No, leave now, unless you want some detailing, or maybe that big head of yours shaped."
Can we play Dumb Jot?
No, dumb jot. that was a good one, Bob.
Dumb Jot Huma. You Starfleet. All the same.
Well,
Big
then.
Sexy is still there.
Actually, I'm checking. Yeah, I do have a diplomacy role here. I'm going to try to save the situation. Please excuse my my little friend here. He doesn't seem to realize the gravity of the situation. I mean, we realize that these criminals are ruining your business, and we represent the Starfinders, and we're hoping to track down some of the criminal elements. If you have any information, it would be appreciated. We don't mind leaving, but it would help you to give us any information that you have. So, on our way out the door, do you want to say anything that might help us, smooth out the rougher elements in this vicinity? And my diplomacy is a 9.
Oh man, that's 2 9s in a row.
Mediocre. Okay, that's the door. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Pretty much.
Toodles.
Yeah, they They
So what do you get from those guys? What do they have to say?
They had two things to tell us: diddly and squat.
Yeah.
So
So
wait,
gave us the hi hat.
what's their story in there? Like, are they gang members in there?
Yeah, I think
No,
they're
they're
just
just
very
customers. Yeah, they don't want to be bothered. A little xenophobic, but
Are they
I
human?
can understand it.
They're Vesk. Yeah.
Well, we could ask around. I mean, what about those guys? Where did you hear that information from? I mean,
This is
did
the
you have any
Sheeran in
rapport?
front of the cafe.
Oh, did they have any other information, or did you not ask? How hard did you press them?
Well-
I mean, they didn't. They told me what they saw, which was a fight with
I see.
some Vesk and and a human. Who's
Wait,
armed.
I forgot the lead that led to the hardest nails. What was the lead for that?
Just
well,
that very thing that I just said.
that bit of information. He overheard a conversation, and they said, yeah, there's a involvement over here at Hardest Nails. and
Oh,
we-
so someone lost their arm here? Oh, that's the arm we're looking for. All right, I'm gonna take care of this. All right.
Well, was it in Hardest Nails, or was it near Hardest Nails? In which case, could the person have been coming from Metagenesis or going to Metagenesis?
Oh,
Yeah, I think it was outside.
was it outside?
he didn't know. He didn't get that information. Oh no, he did. It was outside. It was outside.
Ah,
It was right outside this area near the entrance.
well, then Metagenesis is the probable place we need to be.
This is right near the entrance, like to the west. That's the entrance, and you guys are right front. This is like the very beginning of the second level. Like each level is a little different, and second level is like where all the shops are. Third level is like the food court. I forgot what the first level is. So this is kind of like
Taco Bell.
yeah. That's seriously the third level is the food court. So this is the shop area.
Taco Bell is the white tablecloth of the future, as we saw in.
Yeah, the documentary Demolition Man. Yes.
Correct. Correct. The historical document.
Wow, Jason Keeley gets credit there. Geek cred.
Well, the Kasatha are going in, and we're going to query them.
I'll if they just allow us to maneuver inside their building, and we're okay with that. I'm going to go there
Okay, you
in that corner.
enter into Metagenesis, and you look around, and this appears to be a very nice, very clean shop. And from what you can tell, they seem to specialize in a broad spectrum of biotech augmentations, such as chameleon skin and gill sheaths, and personal upgrades that boost general performance. As you walk in, a heavily augmented person introduces himself and says, "Oh, hello, everybody. My name is Scython. How may I help you today?"
Good afternoon. We are just sort of in the process of asking around about an incident that occurred sort of right out in front of your shop, where there was some gang violence, and a gentleman apparently lost his arm.
Oh, yes. That happened a few days ago, not far from the entrance. There was some fight of some sort, and it appears that someone actually died during the fatal gang fight. Yes, and that lowlife Jul Kazama was involved as well. He always seems to show up at the most inopportune times. But yes. I would ask AbadarCorp, since they quickly got rid of all those individuals.
Wait a minute. Okay, was Jul Kazama the Vesk that gave us this debrief earlier? Was that the same Vesk we?
Yeah, he's the guy that gave us the arm in the first place.
Okay. I'm
Yes.
missing the-
He showed up afterwards. He actually came in, and after the fight was over, he appeared to just be in the area and was investigating the fight. And since he is a leader of some resort on the station, he was able to investigate. And plus, it was with some Vesk, so yes, he was not directly involved. More like he
Oh,
was
I
part of the
see.
investigation afterwards. Yes. Sorry about that.
So he found. Okay, he found the hand.
So
Okay, that's how
BattleCorp
he
is
got
the people we should be talking to then.
Where are
AbadarCorp?
they?
Oh,
Yeah,
you
where
did
are they
talk
at?
to Mr. Filth was from there. They're the ones who run the free markets. So they worship
Yeah, I
uh,
know. Abadar. I
yeah,
know.
Abadar, yeah.
Well,
AbadarCorp,
yeah.
I guess.
I don't care what false gods they worship.
So the guy back at the permit office.
Yeah, Abadar runs it, and it's the god of merchants, and they're the ones who basically quickly sounds like covered up or took care of the fight and the cleanup afterwards.
All right. I say we go to Renew You. If we find nothing there, then we may have to have a much more involved interrogation of this Mr. Phil.
Well,
Well, were you able to sense anything of perhaps his motives?
yeah. What were they fighting about?
Know if he's lying or something.
Oh, sorry, gentlemen. I don't know. I only heard about it secondhand. I was quite busy installing some augmentations at the time. But what is this all about? I'm very curious. I'm a
It is
master of
official
augmentations.
Starfinder business follow up. So that's what it's about.
Oh, okay. I could probably help you out if you
Oh, that'd be
wanted, but
great.
it sounds like you have it all under control.
No,
no,
if you
no,
can help
sir.
us out, we need the help. That's why we're here.
Well, sir, we actually came to find out. We were actually thinking that that poor man's arm that fell off, that sounded horrible, but it turns out possibly that that actually was like one of a number of arms like that. Do you know anything about that?
Could you describe the augmentation?
Well, it was an arm. I thought I just said that.
Was
Were you
there
not able to
anything?
hear me?
Well, we had
Well,
a
there's many
hand.
different types of arms. He pulls out, and you can see like parts of his body are mechanical. He goes,
Well,
"Could you
we
tell
describe
me?"
it in full. It's got the it's resistant to
hand.
detecting magic. It's got a hidden compartment. It's invisible.
Super lifelike.
Interesting, interesting, fascinating. Do you happen to have the hand?
Oh my god, I wish I did.
Do we? Do we?
Nope.
We don't.
Okay.
do we?
No,
I
we don't.
believe so.
Okay. No, we said we saw it from is it Zolmadon? The Vesk that came by and picked it up. He showed it to us.
Oh, that's a shame, because if I was able to investigate it, I can probably put it under some of my instruments and tell you more about the augmentation. I would love to take a look at it, but what you described sounds quite advanced. I've never heard anything quite like that. Very interesting.
Let me try a sense motive to see if this guy's telling the truth.
Ooh, nice.
18.
18.
Now I do my hidden roll. He is
And
telling.
you got a 12, so great.
No, you don't even know what I rolled.
And yet you sounded like I was right. Okay.
That's meta.
That is
Well,
The game within the game.
game within the game.
Good one, Bob.
Our
I
patron
hate
that we're
you,
dealing
Bob.
with is
So, guys, he's telling the truth. And like you all know, I'm absolutely confident of that. And so I think we can trust him. In fact, we could probably even bring it back and he
Yeah.
can tell us about
We're
it.
done here.
well, actually, the person our patron is Jewel Kazama. Is that his name?
Yes.
Close
Right.
enough.
All right. So I make a call to him on my comm device,
Okay.
and I say we are currently in investigation, and this place, Metagenesis, does have the ability to use their electron microscope to tunnel down and find out a serial number possibly on this item. I don't know if you've done that already, but if we could have that item in our possession, we could check it out.
Ugh. He annoyingly takes the call. It's like, ugh, really? I'm eating here. Okay, fine. I'll give you the address.
We're right below the food
Just-
court, if that
just-
would help you.
Just come to me and I'll give you the arm. I don't have time to come over to you.
Yeah. We'll come to you.
Fine.
Call me an
There we go.
Uber.
Oh, that's too bad. We were going to buy you a nice lunch up in the food court.
Oh,
But
I
no, you're
still
fine.
expect you to buy me the lunch for interrupting my meal and now ruining my appetite. I'm going to need another meal to make up for that.
Don't you have 3 stomachs? Oh wait, that's the best. Right? Yeah, no,
That's
the
the other.
yeah,
sure.
the other race. Yeah, the cow race. All right. Great. So, I note that, and I will go wants to come with? I mean, make it quick.
Well, we might
can
as well.
We
We
can
might as well
wave
all
it.
go. It's a short. It's not like it's on the station, right? It's not a far trip, is it?
No, it's like an hour there and back.
We should all go, or none of us should go.
Yeah, no, we should. Let's all go just as a group.
Okay,
Why not?
yeah. I
Just
don't
so
want
we
to split
because
up
we
the
keep.
party.
We're new. We don't trust
As a
each other
meta
as much.
thing.
Okay. So do you
Yeah.
all go?
We might as well all go.
You all go.
There are trust
You
issues.
show up. He's like eating something that's still wiggling. Looks like extra large gawk. And he's like, oh, here's the arm. And he like throws it to you. It's like, make sure you bring it back in one piece. That's a
It's an arm. It's
Starfinder
Property. Fine. It's not a hand. It's an arm.
Yes, it's a
Right.
it's
Oh,
a
I
it's
thought
a
it was
forearm with a hand on the end. Come on, man, aren't you
All right.
human? Don't you know what these things are?
I immediately cut off my arm and place it on there.
Oh, nice.
Oh, the arm
Good
of
move.
Vecna.
Yeah,
Wow.
arm of
Vecna.
Vecna.
You
I've got the arm of
lasted.
Vecna.
You literally lasted 1 hour as lawful good. Good job, Chris.
That's all
Not
I could
even
last.
not even that.
Yeah.
He was.
I have difficulty with that alignment, and I'm
Actually, he
trying.
already ducked around the corner.
He
and
actually
Yeah, I
please
know.
commit
That
a
was pretty
crime,
much it.
Well, he
Yeah.
started off lawful good, and then you kind of went to neutral good,
lawful
and
neutral.
now you're just chaotic
yeah.
evil.
Yeah,
You're just
I'm
evil.
plugging my ears. You go ahead and torture those kids and get what you can out of them.
Nala talks to him telepathically again. This is the arm. Catch me.
I need the head
like
of
Nala.
Vecna.
This is Vecna.
All right. Well,
the power.
we
can
have
be
the arm.
yours.
All right. I think we made the head of Vecna.
The head of
before,
Vecna.
but
Yes, I was gonna say the head of Vecna is next. So, okay,
so
you go
we
back, and you go back to Metagenesis, and
Beep.
he looks up at you and he says, "Oh, please give it here. That looks delicious."
yeah, it is. And please don't damage the merchandise.
Don't eat it. Don't eat it.
If you break, you pay.
He's like, "Oh, I'm not a Vesk. I don't eat things like this." So anyhow, he puts it through some of his tests, and he puts it through some of his equipment, and about 15 minutes go by, and he examines it, and he hands it back to you, and he says, "This is quite fascinating. I can tell you this, that the augmentation has an unusually high concentration of nanites in its construction. Under normal circumstances, most of the nanites used in biotech augmentations have a very short life cycle. They're used to make changes to the body to help biological components graft properly. And then after this phase end, they die off and are recycled into the body's waste within days. This augmentation has substantial sections made entirely of repair nanites with long life cycles, which is very, very unusual. I would imagine that this is something unforeseen and unknown. I've never seen anything quite like this. Unfortunately, I would say there could be some odd side effects to something like this. Unfortunately, this is so customized, I can't tell you anything more about it other than the nanites and the large concentration."
Did this guy see the scuffle?
No, I never saw the scuffle itself.
I thought. All right.
I saw the remnants of the end of the scuffle.
Does he know who was involved in the scuffle again?
Oh,
He said
yes, it was
once.
some
He
gang.
said one gang.
Yes, there was some gang fight.
But doesn't
What
know
gang?
which gangs? Yeah, like who
There
lost
were-
their arm? First
Oh,
of all?
well, there was some Vesk gang members, and this was a human, obviously, that lost their arm.
Do we know what gang the human belonged to?
Nope.
We're gonna have to ask around about some
Alright.
gangs.
Yeah.
All right.
Might
Alright,
be hard as nails.
it
I
might
think we
be
have
worth
to go. Yeah.
Quick trip to renew you. Just to
You want to go there first?
yeah.
That's next on the list,
All
I
right.
imagine.
All
I
right.
take the arm and I put it into my backpack.
You don't like
As
put
we're-
it like in your sleeve and pretend you got like another arm. You're like, hey, look, I'm
I
here
did
for
not.
Kasatha.
It-
Hey.
it is Starfinder property. It must be properly stowed.
You can make a lot of Kasatha jokes with this thing.
Yeah, I would love it
Yeah.
that,
That's only
that,
3
that,
armor.
that Chris is actually playing a character who's totally just lying about lawful good. He's trolling. all of us.
You are making judgments about my intent and alignment that are unfounded. I've
You're
done
absolutely
nothing.
right.
I've done nothing
Sure.
that's not good,
No, nothing
and
at
I've
all.
done nothing that's not lawful.
I'm sure that's true.
By
so-
my amendments, I'm telling you, First Amendment rights, my Fourth Amendment, and my Second Amendment, observing all of them.
And
As we-
you
actually,
do. However, you're not holding up your Second Amendment rights. You don't have any guns on you.
I have a weapon, and it is open carry, and
Excellent.
I have it.
as
Anyhow.
we're going, yeah.
You-
Nala, get over here, please.
You get to Renew You. Renew You Clinic is a modular unit that resembles a shipping container, although it is clearly older than the surrounding structures. It looks clean and well maintained. Metal doors are rolled down over the entrance and windows, and a neat sign reading "Closed indefinitely" hangs over the posted business hours.
These guys were fishy from the beginning.
Wait, which is the door that does that? Like, where's the? I'm not sure where the front door is.
To
Oh, right there.
Well,
yeah,
you
to
see
the
word
right.
renew
Yeah.
you?
Oh,
Oh,
look
okay,
at that,
yeah.
you can draw.
Yep,
I forgot. you
nice.
can
That's
draw.
awesome. All right. I do not acknowledge that as any kind of lawful barrier. Like I believe that on our official Starfinder business, we are allowed access to anywhere we need to go, and by the rights invested by me and Iomade, Quinn, do your thing.
What do you think? Y'all think that, like in second edition, we should probably add something to the paladin class as a sort of subset of the acrobatic skill called moral gymnastics?
Yeah, that didn't take too long at all.
Yeah.
That didn't take too long at all.
Iomade,
Hey,
not
you
big,
know,
not
you
big
know,
on due process.
I
Apparently,
am not bound by any code of any kind of code.
Oh man,
He's
I'm
lawful
not a code of
good
behavier.
according to he's like
sometimes
the
justice
Church of
needs to break
England.
down a door.
He just makes
See-
his own rules.
The CME.
It's
And I keep
totally
get- I
logical.
keep telling Quinn to do
Iomade,
stuff,
or
but actually-
sometimes Iomade doesn't mind if you know there are crimes taking place as long as you're standing and looking the other way. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
Is it a crime if it's for justice' sake?
Exactly. In the greater good,
Yes.
we're
Yeah,
allowed
Greater
to.
good.
Is it?
Neutral good. Neutral good.
I'm a little bit.
My character's fine with all this.
My
I just
law
wanna-
or chaos,
Yeah, me
but
too.
I'm a little bit. My good has not been challenged yet.
Do you
We'll see
need?
I
about that.
agree.
Do you need this door checked? in any
I
way?
do need that door checked. I'm gonna walk over here.
Oh,
Oh my
actually, could
God.
you
Out
go
while
fetch
I-
us some
So
coffee?
let me
Just
get
gonna make
this
sure
straight.
things are okay.
You indirectly. You're like
directly,
pure
yeah.
evil. You're like
Yeah,
pure evil.
He's slipping Jimmy is what he is.
I'm-
He's slipping
I-
You are
Jimmy is
slipping
what he
Jimmy.
is.
You are slipping
Jimmy.
He's slipping
Yeah.
Jimmy.
Doing any kind of these activities are not evil in any way.
You
They
probably-
may be-
oh, God.
Slipping politics.
God. Anyhow, while you guys are complaining, Lucian looks at the
Right.
door and is able to.
I hope Lucian is.
I can work with
Lucan.
with
Oh
Lucan.
my God,
Lucan,
guys.
Get his name right. I can work with Lucan.
I
My
like
name is Lucan.
His name is Lucan.
I-
like
Yes,
Lucian.
live on the second floor.
Yeah,
Look,
you
I
live
can't
on the
make
second
the-
floor. You live on
I
the
can't
second
make the
floor. Get
Luca
it.
joke if it's Lucan.
Lucan.
I have a question about Lucan.
Yes, I have an
So
answer.
you're
for
a
you.
werewolf, right?
No, not Lycan. Sorry.
Well, Lucan the Wolf Boy is what I'm really thinking of.
Oh
He's a wolf
no.
boy.
I mean, I'll gladly be a lycanthrope in space.
Close enough.
Please,
Can we do a DNA test later on that and see if your race is actually?
You're
'cause
able
you're
to-
human.
You're able
Or
to
like a fighter.
bypass. He does. Who do you worship, Lucan? He's very quiet now. Hello?
Dude
Yeah.
named Asmodeus.
Oh.
Oh, come on.
I've heard of him.
Wow.
Just
Very
the
nice.
just the pieces that are, not terrible.
Not the lawful part.
The lawful part is like the code. I got a code.
Yep. You know what? I can respect that. I can respect that.
I am
He-
not
he-
a bad person.
I mean,
He is
I've been
lawful.
very unlawful. I can respect that.
He's lawful evil. He has a
Do you-
code to his evil.
Do you remember when Chris said his
I
good
am
had never
lawful
been
good.
tested, and then 30 seconds later it was tested and he failed?
I
And then
do
he
that.
failed
I mean,
again.
I mean,
Chris.
it's OOC.
You have been
It's
found
OOC.
wanting.
I do not know that he's evil. I have no idea that he's evil. In fact, I don't even know these worshiper Asmodeus.
I'm not evil, and I believe in things. That's all.
As long as you have a code, I'm good with that.
I have a code. I have a code. The code of space.
He's
Is
got
your
a key
code
code
able to
right
get
now.
us through this door?
Yeah, he's
while-
got a
Right
key
now,
code. Is what
I
he
just
has.
coded this door, and it's quite open. I just found it. It's already open.
You actually were
excellent.
able
Wow.
to bypass the shutters and physical locks, and you just go click, and it opens.
Right open. Opened right up.
I
Okay.
mystically send a little glowing dim light into the room while we're still out here.
I will perceive.
You go into it. It appears to be completely
Another
intact.
No one went into it.
Bam, 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 bam. I'm
Inside
in.
the
20.
Oh,
clinic.
he's in.
Never
he's in.
mind. Well, there we go.
Yeah, inside the clinic, it's divided up into reception area. There's an office. There's a small workshop and an operating area.
All right, I'm poking around. There's my
Big-
check.
Big Sexy is going to check out to see if anybody's noticed that we've broken in.
Nothing
yes,
is broken.
don't worry so
No,
much.
the room next to it is actually an accountant's office that's closed for lunch. So you're good.
Okay, just I'm eyeballing the crowd.
This actually
That
is a little
dwarf
bit off. Yeah, the dwarf is just giving Nala the stink eye there.
I move in.
Yeah, you go in and yeah, you have to give me like a perception check of some sort.
I have done so.
I will.
Oh, right.
Wow,
Look at
natural
that.
20.
Natural 20 again. 29. I missed it. Yeah, you notice that the computers and physical records have all been removed, unfortunately.
That's all he gets with the natural 20. No.
That's
How
good.
long was it?
No,
run?
it means
No
that it was
items.
out, and we have nothing to gain from here.
No, he looks
Please.
around. He looks around, and you see, like all the heavy equipment, all the computers, the physical records. It looks like it's just gone, and that's in the reception area, which is where everything would be. So, in the office.
Oh, there's other rooms.
Yeah, there's a small workshop and there's an operating area.
Okay, we go in there and we perception it.
Well, what's there?
We
You
go
see my
into the next room.
There's 4 rooms, Bob.
I know.
You see where my avatar is. Yes.
Okay, that is the operation area. You can give me a perception or medicine check.
Ooh, I'm trained in medicine. I'm probably better in perception somehow, but I'll do medicine.
You can do
see
both.
how it works.
You can do both.
there we
Medicine,
go.
22, Pollux. Yeah, very good. You actually know this. You look around and you realize that there's way less equipment that you would expect for an augmentation clinic. And this place looks like it hasn't been used in at least a week. This is definitely odd. You would expect a much, much larger room, much more equipment. This looks like it's maybe a quarter of the size that would need to be. So this is completely unusual.
It's odd. I got to relay that to everyone who's here.
There's 2 more rooms.
Yeah. All right,
One more.
I'll go here. All right, that's a room, right?
Yeah, there's a small workshop.
It's like a 5x5 room, though, right?
Yeah, that's the workshop, and the lower one's the office.
Well,
Yeah, that's the office.
All right, search that too.
You can just do regular perception.
Oh yeah, I'm
25.
rolling
Nice.
hot dice tonight. Hot dice. I didn't see the actual roll though. It's weird.
Now the rolls are on the right side. You got to scroll all the way down. So you get a 20. Oh, if you hover, you can see the roll. Like you rolled an 18 on that. So you got a 25 perception, and sure enough, everything appears to be gone. All the records, everything, it's been cleaned out.
Another dead end.
I think that those tough as nails Vesks are gonna know. I think we should press them.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. But what about this building to the northeast? It's got a lot of space. What is that?
Well, as you're looking around, a small halfling boy nervously walks into the store and says, "Excuse me, do you know where the owners are? Are you the owners?"
No, we're an official Starfinder business. Why do you ask?
Oh, um, uh, I'm, I don't know. I was told to find the owners, and I don't know who you are. I'm not supposed to talk to
Oh,
strangers.
well, now, young man, that's very responsible of you, and I think it's wonderful that you're trying that way. But let me tell you, we're here in this store, and we're actually very kind and good people, and we'd love to help you out. Is there anything we can do for you?
Sure, give me a diplomacy, bluff, or intimidate check.
Let me check what's going to work best with that. Probably diplomacy.
I would say so.
The thing is, he actually wasn't lying, so that's not going to work.
No,
He was
diplomacy
actually
works.
trying to be comforting.
No,
All
diplomacy
right, so
works.
diplomacy. 1 sec.
Get some bonuses. Do you take out a Werther's like hard candy out of your pocket with some lint on it?
Basically, yeah.
This
Just
is
a
the
little
second time I
closer.
heard that today. It's the second
Oh,
time.
well, there we go.
Natural 20, 24.
Dang. You are
Thank you,
hot.
Keeley. I assume you
Werther's
can
is
hear
an automatic 20.
There you
That's a
go.
rare Bob natural 20.
I think Bob likes
Nice.
it.
Very rare.
The boy looks at you and says, "Well, yes, good sir. You seem kind. Yeah, my mom sent me here. She received an augmentation from Renew You, but she's really sick now. I'm really worried, and I don't want her to die. She's really not well." And he starts crying. He's
Well-
bawling. He's really upset.
Well, I immediately insist that. Well, no, son, take me to your home. I can help your mother immediately.
Yeah, let's do
Don't
that.
You worry.
He
And
says,
seriously, I plan to heal the woman.
Yes, let's help this poor child.
he's like, "Oh, thank you so much. I don't want her to die, and I've been hearing terrible things. The people are dying, and oh, it's just, I don't know what to do." And
Wait.
No
What have
one's
you
going
heard?
to die.
he's like,
What
"Oh,
has he heard?
Oh, I don't know. I heard that people were dying from augmentations, and it's terrible."
What people? Tell us all about it.
I don't know. I've heard just rumors on the street that people are dying and missing, and and you can tell he's a halfling, and he's like, we were trying to keep it secret, but Mom has been so sick. She needed some augmentation so she can work because she needs to help and support the family. And he starts crying again.
Filthy hobbitses. Oh wait.
Poor
sorry.
baby man.
Yes. No, actually, that's
We're helping him.
tragic.
He's like, "Well, okay, if you can help me, I can take you to my apartment complex. It's just a short distance from the
Yes.
Freemarkets."
Yes.
We
that
could
sounds
so do that.
Yeah,
I have
well,
healing powers. I don't
yeah.
know about anyone else, but I have healing powers.
I have healing powers, and I'm also willing to use them for your
Do
mother,
you?
Unlike this evil man. Don't worry.
I'm like, coughing and aghast at that. Did you call me evil?
I'm sorry. Pay no attention.
That is
I was
outrageous.
Talking
You must.
to the young
You need an anti Alzheimer's augment.
man. Now that's a little bigoted of you. That's one more sign. Maybe not so good.
Yeah.
So he's nervous, but he basically he says, "Okay, come with me," and he explains his name is Sendy, and you walk a little bit over, just a short distance, and you can see that this is the Halfling part of the station. And up in the north, where all those apartments are, you can see jumpsuits and equipment belts hang from pegs, crowding the entranceway. Further in, this cluttered apartment is dimly lit. To the right of the entranceway, you see kitchens and bathrooms and small rickety-rack shanty town. You also smell people preparing food and kids playing games. This appears to be a poor but happy neighborhood of halflings.
All right.
The Shire.
Well, the Urban Shire.
Yeah.
He's like, come, follow me. I'll take you to my apartment where my
Oh,
mommy is.
okay.
All right, lead the way.
Oh, we're all gonna get knifed by halflings, aren't we?
I would like to see them try.
You enter the apartment and you see there's a kitchen where an older male halfling is preparing food while assisting two adolescents doing schoolwork at the table. You see a common area full of very worn but very comfortable looking furniture, and you hear a heavy racking cough echoing from deeper in the apartment. Sounds like a woman coughing up her lungs.
All right.
I better go investigate that.
Okay,
Yeah, of course. I have there.
follow me.
I'm an expert in medicine and all things healing.
However, as soon as you come in, this large man and some of the other people are like, "Who are these people? Cindy? Where did they come from? What are they doing here?"
I opened up my palm and produced my Starfinder insignia hologram that I think I have. Right?
Maybe.
I
You
have
actually
some
don't.
medical. I have some
We
medical-
don't have that? Okay.
No, you don't actually.
God, I wish I had that. All right.
I have some healing ability. This young man told me his mother was sick, and I'd like to be able to help her. I'm with the Starfinder Society, and my name is Quinn. Hello, and who might you be?
God, your bedside manner is great.
You are very good. He says, I'm Hermot, and I am Cindy's father. What can you do? She appears to be quite ill, and I'm not sure if you have the proper technique. You appear to be old and frail.
Well,
Oh, don't judge a book by its cover, my good man. Quinn is very skilled in the medicine arts, and look, I'll tell you this: so this is, of course, completely free of charge. You don't have to worry about paying us anything when this is all done with. We're here to help.
Give me diplomacy checks and culture checks. Well, the people
I'm willing to
talking.
assist. What? Actually, it sounds like you have a better diplomacy
People
there, Keely.
talking can do diplomacy.
Let me
Jason
assist you.
K does
All right, never mind.
diplomacy. With a 24 and a culture check, he fails your culture check. with
I'm
an
just
11.
curious, is the entire assumption that he's better with culture checks the fact that he has a British accent?
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
So,
Okay, just check.
It's either that or he's evil.
so
Well, the
empiricist.
name too. It sounds very, yeah.
Can I do a sense motive check for their skepticism? I want to see if they've been
Yes.
screwed over.
Yes.
I roll an 18.
18. Yeah, you know that. Actually, give me a culture check. Do you have culture?
I have no culture.
You can tell that
tell me about it.
Jason K does not know either, but
I don't see Big Sexy in the
Quinn.
room though. Where is he?
Quinn is a 14. Okay, let me go through a few things. First, the father is quite happy, and he says, "Well, I'm sure you couldn't do any more harm, as she appears to be on death's door, and you are from Starfinder Society, and though you appear to be quite a motley crew, I guess it won't hurt for you to look at her." Those of you who did well on your culture checks, Quinn and Lucan? Lucian. I'm just going to say both in case I get one of them right.
No, it's Lucan.
Lucan.
It's not Lucian.
Lucian. You got
No.
it. I know.
That's
Lucan,
I know.
Lucan,
I know. I did it on purpose.
you naughty boy, you.
I am a naughty. You know that augmentations are a big no-no in Halfling society. They've looked down upon and frowned on, and the fact that she even has them is quite a sensitive issue.
Oh, she had the bad ones. She had the ones that were like not healthy.
Even good ones, they don't like them at all. Like
No,
it's
but
a
like
big
she's
thing.
sick and stuff because of the bad ones, I guess.
Yes. Because your role was so good, he goes on to explain to you. Hold on, to see this old-looking fella. He leads you over to her, and he says, she damaged her lungs working long hours in the chemical plant and needed a variation of a respirator compound to continue providing for her family. Some friend of hers persuaded her to seek out a biotech augmentation, which would be less obvious than standard cybernetics. And as it happened, this friend happened to also receive his own augmentation, a high density data jack from Renew You. He was amazed at the graft take almost immediately without problems or scarring, and he returned to work just days afterwards. I really told Malja not to do it, but after hearing about this amazing surgery and how it was completely undetectable, I thought, even though it's a huge stigma in our culture, that it might be worth it, as no one would know. But little did I know she would get so sick. And with that, you hear like coughing and choking in the background.
Who was it who performed the procedure on her? Obviously, we'd love to make sure this doesn't happen to someone else.
Oh, it was at the Renew You clinic about 2 weeks ago. I think she went with her friend Tanit, who lives next door. So, here, why don't you bring her in and talk to her? And you go in, you can see the room where the boy is.
Well, I have a point in it. I actually don't have much diplomacy, so I'd suggest somebody else do that. I'll
Well,
stay with healing. I'll stay with healing crew.
Yeah, I don't have diplomacy. I can intimidate you.
So you see what appears to be a woman resting in the larger bedroom. She appears to be exhausted, but awake, and she appears to be coughing quite a bit.
I examine her.
Give me
Medicine of 18.
a medicine check of 18. Do you have one basic med kit?
I don't know. Hold on.
And no, we don't.
No, we don't.
Jason K, this is the part where it says you're supposed to use up a med kit, by the way.
I have healing serums.
I do not have any such thing.
To just diagnose her, or just to do healing?
To do healing, actually, but we'll talk about that in a second, just FYI. You also, after you met with Chryson at the Freemarkets, you knew what to look for. And what was your check in 18? That actually was a good check.
18.
So you were able to find the augmentation. There's a small signs of augmentation of there's small scars on either side of her trachea, and you can you can basically see this is where the it was implanted into her throat. You might be able to remove it if you had a med kit.
I wish I had a med kit.
You can always
but
go buy one.
How much?
Those are way.
No. Basic
Really?
med kit's
They're not
not
too
that
bad.
much.
That's fine. Young girl. I don't remember your name with the pink hair. Could you run to the store and
Yes.
fetch something for us?
Sure.
Here, have a few credits. I need you to get one of those med kit things that people talk about.
I mean,
How much do they cost, actually?
They cost 100.
100, yeah.
Oh,
All right.
If that's the sort of thing that they sell, that they would sell in the free markets, then yeah.
They probably would. Yeah, it's easy.
Sexy can kick in 20 for that.
I think I had 100 left. I'll just give him 100 for now.
Oh, okay. There it is.
Yeah,
All right.
Pollock says it suddenly has crocodile arms and does not volunteer pay for that. I should make a point of that. But
Well,
What are you talking
one
about?
of the well, Chris, I'm one of the good players, so I'm not worried about it.
Something about crocodile arms.
I spend exactly 1,000 credits at character creation, so I'm in a swish with my equipment.
Right, you're a little short. You're a little short on
Yeah,
cash.
I had 153 credits left. I give 100 to the Jubilee to go get a
But yes, Nala is quite willing to do the grocery run. So I mean, she'll go run off to the free markets and try to track that down.
Cool.
And chop chop. Or in German, the Machschnell.
In the meantime, I kind of want to talk to this other halfling, Tenet, was it?
Steve?
Sorry, Tanit. Yep, she's next door.
Tenet. I'm gonna go see how she's doing.
It might help to put, I don't know. I know you're doing a lot, Steve, but we're trying out a new interface. It would be cool to see their name next to, like if it's easy to type names.
Oh, the
real quick.
names actually were supposed to be underneath. Hold on, I messed up.
Okay. Yeah, just so you know, if we don't see any names, FYI.
Cool. I'll knock on her door.
Sorry, just quickly adding some names. Okay, now you can see names.
And I added medkit to my character. Yay.
Nice. It's a good thing to have.
If you need me to do the actual doctoring,
Oh,
could
that's
be me.
very sweet, young man. But no, just stand over there. That's fine.
Yeah.
So when
Stand out of the way.
you click on the door.
I'm just saying, like, I'm probably better than you, so.
Oh, I'm sure you are. I'm sure that's what your parents told you. That's great. If you could boil some water, I'd appreciate that.
I was called Snowflake, and I am a special one, and I am.
So you knock on the door, send.
Yes.
And a woman opens the door and says, "Yes, may I help you?"
Yes. Sorry to bother you, miss. We are helping out Maja next door, and her husband mentioned that you also got you were at the free market talking at the Renew You clinic recently.
Oh, yes. I was with her about 2 weeks ago, and there was a Sheeran male-female couple that operated the clinic. The male's name, I think, was Veriskin, and he explained the procedure and booked the appointment. Yes, do you think you'll be able to help her? She's my best friend, and I feel so terrible after all this is happening. And then she starts crying.
There. She's going to be just fine. We have our best two doctor type people working on it.
Best top men.
Top men, yes. I was just actually I came over to ask if if you were feeling all right. We've heard these rumors floating about, and I wanted to make sure that your augmentation was not bothering you in any way.
Oh no, I don't have any augmentations. I just accompanied her to the clinic.
I'm sorry, I got confused. Her husband talked about someone who came in with a data jack.
Oh yes, that I think that's someone you'll have to talk to about their family. She got the name of the clinic from someone else. I can't remember who it was, but I I do know that the clinic they personally crafted the augmentation from components from some new source that would enable rapid recovery. The female Sharon performed the operation, and I can't remember her name, but it was amazing. It took less than an hour, and Majid was back to work in just 2 days. It was amazing. I've never seen anything like it.
Yes, would it that it worked better? It's we're getting to the bottom of it.
God, I hope so. I hope so. Yes, she was doing so well, but then, um, she just managed to. She was up and about and going back to work, but then 5 days ago she wasn't feeling well, and now she's on death's door. From what I hear, I try to help her, and we've done everything we can think of, but we went back to the clinic, but they were closed, and we didn't know what to do. We don't know where to go. She's been nothing but bedridden for 3 days, and I just don't know what to do. And she starts crying again.
Oh, I used several of my arms to pat her on the back.
Not threatening at all.
Oh, Kasatha, give the best hugs.
Yes, we're top huggers. But thank you, dear. You've been most helpful. Don't worry about her. She'll be up and about in no time.
Oh, thank you so much. Please, please, if there's anything I can do, I would like to help out if I could. But if you're from Starfinder Society, I feel like she must be in good hands. But do keep the fact that she had an augmentation under wraps. I don't want her ostracized from the society.
No, of course not. We'll keep a tight lid on that.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. And she closes the door, sobbing into her sleeve.
We are highly discreet.
Yes, we will be. Yeah, I'll go back.
Us the Thompson twins?
What?
What are you talking about?
Nothing. Never mind me.
Okay.
Anyhow, you got the med kit, and you can probably try to heal her this time and maybe remove the augmentation from her trachea. Not a difficult procedure at all.
Quinn, you better let me do that.
How's your dexterity, Quinn?
Quinn, your hands are shaking
Hold on. Actually, it's
might be a little nervous.
It's just a medicine check.
Yeah, I know.
Right. You
My
better allow me to
+2,
handle
though.
that.
All right. So
Right.
medicine check and
As a devout worshiper of Iomedy.
Hey, Thompson twins, pipe down. You got Doctor laying hands on me.
oops.
Ooh.
Right. Exactly.
Well, so I
Malpractice
rolled a
suit.
3 for my medicine.
Man.
Nala has
Oh.
no medicine training and is
Yes.
grossed out at the sight of blood, so
I
she'll be
am
out in the
right.
hall.
As a,
I had planned on casting
I
a
talked to
healing
the patient.
spell.
I talk to the patient. I say, if you need to file charges against malpractice,
Witness physician.
I have
Nice.
my comm device. I can make a call right now.
Lawful
Mr. Pollux,
good.
maybe I could do it.
Right, I'm lawfully
Why don't you
within
see
my
me
lawful
for
rights
this
to
poor lady?
contact this patient and contact the proper authorities. And if we need emergency services, I can do that as well. Or you can allow me to take care of this because I actually know how to do medicine.
I'm willing to cast a spell to heal her if I did any damage,
Right.
and I will in fact step aside so that Pollux.
I
can
step
do shot.
I step in. I take care of business.
16 he rolls.
Very nice.
16.
I hand you the med kit to use.
Good
But, so.
job. You actually have to use the material on all the
Right, of
material
course
in
I
the
do.
med kit
Of course I do.
to
Ah.
patch up the shoddy work of Quinn,
Right.
and you
The
manage
shaking hands of a
Yeah,
tumbling
shaky
whack.
hands. Just call him Butterfingers. You managed to successfully remove the augmentation from her trachea, and in top of that, you also know enough that you can go to her friend Tenet, and explain to her how to provide long-term care to keep her comfortable, as you're gonna have to find a replacement augmentation, which will have to take place because her trachea was badly damaged. But this is something that Hermit comes in, and he's like, "Oh, I completely understand. I think I can I think I could we can patch together enough money to afford that. And although it might be a stigma in society and she might be looked down upon, that's fine. It's a small price to pay for her life." And
Well, wait. What was the what did I remove? Like, what was the augment there in the first place?
it appears to be a small augmentation that looks like a trachea, and it it appears to be completely biological. In fact, it was very difficult for you to tell the difference between her skin and where this was. The only reason you could is that it was starting to get infected, and you were able to remove it. But unfortunately, without a replacement, she'll live, and you saved her life, but she's going to be bedridden.
All right.
So she needs
I
to
feel
rest up.
bad about that. So what I do is I give them a one of my Mark One healing serums. I say, use this in good faith, and may it heal your daughter. And I give them the rest of my credits, which is not much, but I give them the rest.
How much is that?
It's like 59 credits.
Oh,
Wow.
you donated almost as much as I did to them. That's very nice of you, young
Well,
man.
the healing serum.
So
Well,
sweet.
he
Wait.
puts him over.
That's
He
all
puts
I
him
have.
over.
Wait, the healing serum put him over. It's 50 credits.
Yeah,
So that's
put him on the
that's
board.
109.
He wins the caddy.
There you go.
Thank you. Exactly. So I
they
donate that to
really?
these people. I say yes. I say, you know what? You need this more than I do. And if you here, I give them my business card. If they need to contact me and they need more help, call me.
They look at you, and they start crying, and they run over, and he goes to like a little
I want
safe,
hugs,
little
yes.
highway area, and Hermot says, "Oh, we don't have much, but for saving her life and giving us this healing, here, we can give you some familiar trinkets that we would not need, but adventurers such as you could definitely use."
Ooh.
He hands you a merciful fusion seal, 5th level, and a pair of falcon boots that belonged to a distant ancestor, and a bright gemstone.
Ooh.
All right.
Now you can
Wow.
use
Falcon
those.
boots, a bright gemstone, and what was the other thing?
A merciful fusion seal, 5th level. Now, because
Wow.
it's 5th level, Jason K, they can't even use it, right? Because
Too high.
yeah, it's too high.
That's fine.
But I guess they can use it.
This is way too much. I'm going to assess this with the Starfinder Society. If it seems like it's too much of a gift, we're going to give you a refund of money, and I'm going to keep my eye on you. I'm going to make sure that you always, for the rest of your lives, as long as I live, will be kept in a above subsistence level.
Oh, that's
Good day.
so nice of you. Oh, by the way, yes, I can tell you where she got the information from. It
There we
was it was the other recipient. He also got an augment. A halfling named Sheneng. He knows about the Sheeran Crafters, and he points out where he lives. He says he lives in a place called Lodging Camp 66. It's a nearby workers' lodging camp. It's a little run down, but totally safe. And yes, he was a bit of a kind of a shady fella, but he does support the local halfling community.
All right.
Well, I love the Halfling community. It seems like a great community, and we'll ferret out this Lodge 66. And if there's any kind of misgivings, we will take care of it. It can rest easy.
By the way, you would know that the augmentation replacement would cost 250 credits. And you got a gem, you got the Falcon boots and the fusion seal, and you've given them 59 credits right now. So just FYI.
Well, I've got 80.
I see. I forgot how Starfinder Society works. Is that you have to give value to be able to actually get the items. Yes.
The
Well,
way
I
it
don't know
works is,
about that, but yeah.
well,
sure.
no, you can give money, and then it's just taken off your character. So, like, if you give 100, like Bob's actually going to lose 100, and
Yeah, I
you
already
lost,
did.
right? Yeah, and in Pollux you're going to lose the Mark 1 healing serum, and then for these items, you can use these items for the adventure, but then at the end of the adventure you lose them, and then later you can buy them if you want.
Right.
So that's
All
how
right.
it
So,
works.
what are Falcon boots?
Falcon boots are fantastic, and boy, they sure would have come in handy in Dark Suns. I'll tell you right now. They allow you to set your personal gravity to whatever surface you're standing on. So if you can go stand on the wall, and now down is the wall, you can stand on the ceiling, and now down is the ceiling.
Really? It works against other gravities?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Spider climb, but better.
It's like
Kind
spider.
of slick.
How
It's
much
even-
are those?
It's even
That's
cooler.
insane.
I'll tell you, the cool part is that you fall while you're wearing them. You fall towards the gravity.
Wait,
Cool.
what do
I
you
love it. Wherever
The
you
boots
consider
gravity,
down.
or-
Yeah, wherever you consider down.
Right. Whatever is considered.
how much are
down.
those? That's
Like,
insane.
I think they're like 2,100 or something.
Oh
like
my
that.
god.
Yeah.
Okay. Do we have enough for that? Because you know what?
Well, we have them
You
now.
have 'em.
So
You have
we have
'em.
them now. We have Falcon boots
Oh.
now.
They're,
We have
they're
a
3,000 credits, and
Right,
a
we
level
have-
5 item.
we have a bright.
Hey, Jason K, are you there?
Yeah.
So if they get a level 5 item in Starfinder Society, they can still use it just for the adventure, but then after that, they can't. Oh, I guess they can get it on their sheet. It's just they can't find or buy anything that's unless it's 1 or 2 levels within their levels of their character. Correct? Is that how it works?
Yeah, I mean, there's general guidelines for purchasing things. But if you give out treasure of level 20, that's treasure that the
Okay.
PCs have. You know?
Yeah.
And-
Just making sure.
And with that fusion seal, that actually means that you can use it on any item, any weapon of 5th level or lower.
Oh, you should post that on the forums because a lot of people don't realize that they think it's 5th level or higher.
It's written in the rules. I don't know what their problem is.
Oh, maybe. Wow. Okay. Well, that
No,
changes
there
a lot
is
of
a
things.
setting that says you can't use an item, I thought, or something that maybe even, I don't know if fusions count toward it.
Yeah.
That is more than 2 levels above your current level.
I'll show you. I'll double check. This is we're getting off topic, but I saw it somewhere in the rules where it's confusing because I've seen topics on this subject. So, yeah. Anyhow.
Yeah, no, Rob is right about that. Yeah, he's absolutely right. Yeah, that is true. It is the certain level above. You can use like 3 level above your level. It's like 5th level we can use. But that being said, I want to use that
Like,
merciful.
I don't know if I could put a level 5 fusion on a level 1 item.
Yes, I'm telling you, you can. If it says if the fusion seal.
Oh,
The thing about fusions is fusions themselves and fusion seals don't have item levels. How much they cost depends on the level of the item you're putting them on.
What's a fusion
Oh.
seal?
A
Exactly.
fusion seal is basically like a magic
movable one,
weapon
right?
special property that you can switch around from item to item.
Oh, nice.
Right,
Okay.
Right. Okay. Right. So this is a merciful fusion seal. It's 5th. It's 5th level. So we can only go on anything 5th level or lower, and the 5th level is also determined to figure out the cost of it. And then also you can only
Merciful.
have but you can only have a certain number of levels of item. You can't have like 50 levels of items. I thought that was the rule that prevented you from putting it. I thought that's what prevented you from like putting too many fusion seals on your weapons or armor.
That I need to check.
There's like a ceiling, like you can't go above
Right.
some calculation
Right.
above the
That's
item.
what's preventing you, because you can't have, for example, if you have a level 7 item, you can put a level 5 seal on, a level 2 seal, but that's it. You can't go above it. Hence, yeah, you can't put a level 5 seal on level 1 item because it's too low. See? I think that's the rule.
Yeah, I can use my hero lab to see if I can do
I
that.
don't want to get off topic. Let's talk about this after the game. But
Yeah.
I do think that's correct.
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. But let's
Yeah.
talk about
And I mean, you might want to because
I mean,
there's a lot of confusion on those.
I like merciful, and I would love to put that on my sword because I will want to kill people, but like I want them to not die as much, like a little bit.
Here's
Anyhow.
I have a roll.
I mean, it's just non-lethal damage, right? That's
Yeah, you can look up what those do, and you have 59 credits. Does anyone want to give? And also, you can tell that gemstone is worth something, as well.
gemstone is worth how much?
Well,
I would say, give me a perception check, because there's no appraise anymore. So we'll just guess its perception. 12.
Nailed it.
12, good enough. About 150 credits just for that alone.
Let's throw that into the kitty.
yeah. How much do we need to give to get the boots? Is that
The boots are yours now. There's one set of boots that someone can use during this adventure. When the adventure ends, you lose
Okay.
it, and then you need to personally spend 3,000 credits at any point to get to buy them.
Oh, because I can do that later. Okay.
Yeah, you at the end.
But
I'll explain how that all works, John.
We all get that, right? Okay.
You all get that. You can all buy it
Okay, all right.
afterwards.
Oh well, I have 80 credits. If we need to spend any more credits,
Yeah, you
I'll
only
throw 'em.
have 209 credits right now, so you need a little bit more to pay for the to pay for-
41 more to pay for it.
Yes.
Actually,
Okay, so there you
Na-
go.
Nala
Okay.
rolls her eyes a little bit, but then she comes up with the other 41 credits.
Yeah.
oh, really? You had credits left when character creation.
Yes.
I did too. I'm not going to fault you for that.
In fact, I have 143, so it gets me right down to close to 100.
Anyhow,
That is a lot more than I had.
you give them back the money, I presume. You pool together. They look at you, and they all start crying. There's a lot of crying in
Oh,
this adventure.
Enough
We're
with
all
the
hugging.
crying.
A lot of hugging and crying.
A lot of
And
hugging, a
gnashing
lot of
of teeth.
crying. They're all like, "Oh my, you are so we don't know what to say. We love the Starfinder Society. You
Tonight.
guys are
Nala
great."
briefly considers taking her money back.
On a special
In fact-
episode of Roll for Combat.
In fact, we're gonna tell everyone in the Halfling community all about the great deeds the Starfinders have done for us, and we're gonna tell everyone to join. I know you guys have had a big setback recently, but this is I don't know what to say. I can't believe this. This is amazing. You guys are just the greatest.
Well, we look forward to having you as part of our society, young man. You keep it up. And I pat him on the head.
He starts crying.
Oh, what a sweet boy.
I'm going to pat him on the head to see if he cries harder.
He looks
Screams
at you.
and-
He just gives you a big hug because he wants a big hug from Big Sexy.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
I
Lots of hugs.
pat Big
Going
Sexy
around
on the
hugging
head.
people.
Is it a big group hug? Does everyone do a
Yeah.
big group hug?
I'm hugging
No,
Lucan
no,
over here.
no.
I'm hugging
Yeah.
Nala. I'm
Not,
hugging
not involved in that.
Pollux.
We all
No.
hug it out.
Tonight.
Nala sneaks
Special
out. Nala
episode.
sneaks out into the hallway.
I
dude.
do not consent.
Right.
That's assault. I do not consent to any kind of you're violating my personal area.
Hey, Jason K, how often do you play games where everyone's hugging? It's the exact opposite of what everyone's like fighting and killing. But when
Nope.
we play,
I'm
it's all
fighting. I'm not
hugs
hugging.
and crying
Nope.
and kissing.
It's the end of an episode.
We love.
So
We
not.
are the
we hug and
world.
share.
Wait till we get to combat because I'll run the other direction as fast as I can go. 20 feet per round, double move. That's 40.
Next time we
Outta here.
roll for combat, rainbows and unicorns.
Yay!